This is episode number 99. We have the nation's largest hotel owners association, AAHOA, and the new interim CEO. Guys, let's get the show started. Here we go.
Hi, welcome to Hospitality Live with Rupesh. Each week, we feature an industry leader that will share the latest trends and the best strategies to help you grow. Now, welcome your host, Rupesh Patel.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Got Sammy here. He's getting so big. Guys, comment, let me know where you're watching from. This is episode number 99. I can't believe it's been 99 weeks in a row that we have been doing this. Sammy, you gotta relax and go down here. Sammy's getting big, guys. This is episode number 99. And like I said, we have the nation's largest hotel owners association, new interim CEO, Mr. Ken Greene. So excited to have him on. We're gonna talk about a lot of fun things that are happening at AAHOA and the upcoming convention. You're gonna learn leadership habits, and you're gonna find out what trending topics are affecting your hotel today. Let's see where people are watching from. Guys, comment and let me know. I'm going to bring your comments up to the onto the screen. Here we go. We have Jacksonville in the house. Good morning, North Carolina in the house. Yes, number 99, Cincinnati, Ohio's in the house. Minnesota's in the house. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning, Tracy. We have Minneapolis in the house. North Carolina in the house. Niagara Falls in the house. ATL in the house. Guys, good morning to everybody. And by the way, we have Sarah Dandashy on with the Hospitality Minute. Guys, I would love for you to do me a favor right now. Go click the share button at the bottom of this and bring on a few people to join this conversation right now. This is going to be an important conversation where, events are coming back, and I'm so excited about this. All right, let's see where. Let's see. So somebody hit the share button right now. So we have ATL, we have Canada in the house, New Brunswick, Georgia, Massachusetts in the house. By the way, I will be there Friday. Daytona Beach in the house. Good morning. A lot of people from Canada. I love it. Good morning from Orlando. All right, you guys are so fast. Minnesota, Dallas. Hey, Dallas, I'll be there in a couple weeks. We're talking about the AAHOA convention. Sarasota, love it. India in the house. Good morning, all of you guys. All right, so let me see if I can finish this off. Winter Garden's in the house. Hey, I have some friends out in Winter Garden. Charleston is in the house. All right, so every week we have a sponsor, and this week's sponsor is your favorite and mine, smartguests.com. Guys, somebody put this in the comments, smartguests.com. With over now 4,580 customers nationwide, SmartGuests helps your hotel improve its customer service, reviews, marketing, operations, guest service scores, which we all need right now. Your service scores are down in the dumps right now for a lot of hotels because we're limited staff. We're limited on a lot of different things. Smartguests.com can help you. Somebody put smartguests.com in the comments. Thank you so much to SmartGuests for sponsoring. By the way, guys, I am looking for a sponsor for this show for future episodes. So if you know or are interested, let me see if I can pull up that. There it is. If you want to sponsor the show in the future, go to rupesh.co/sponsor, and you'll get to learn how many people we connect with, how many people watch this episode, and how you can engage and learn and connect with hotel folks around the nation and the world. All right, so every week I have a mindset, and this week's mindset, and I'm going to bring it up real quick, it is right here. We're going to talk about this because this is very important. So I just posted this about an hour and a half ago. 17 years ago, I won the President's Circle Award presented by today's featured guest, Ken Greene. And today I'm so excited to have him on the show, which is like, wow. I mean, for 17 years, you've known somebody and you've seen what they've been doing and you're just connected. And so my mindset this week is the most important thing you could do in life is make real connections and build your network, right? Do you guys agree? Hit the like button and let me know if you're doing that right now. And networking is forever, right? Sammy, stop making that noise. Networking it lasts forever. No matter what you do, is not just for work, but it's for your your personal growth too. So I love that we can all just continue growing through networking, and it's through networking through LinkedIn. It's networking through events like AAHOA's convention, a lot of different things. And that's my mindset this week. My buddy Sarah and I have something amazing to announce. I'm so excited about that. I think Sarah's on. Sarah, are you there?
Hi, I'm Sarah Dandashy from Ask a Concierge. Every week, I'll be sharing the latest hospitality and travel news and updates in a segment we like to call Hospitality Minutes.
What's up, Sarah?
Good morning. Am I here? Of course I'm here.
You're here every week, guys. Sarah's here every week talking about what's happening in hospitality and travel. Mm-hmm. Sarah, we have some amazing news to announce after your segment.
Okay.
Get right into it.
I'm so excited. Yes, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
All right, cool. Really exciting news in the world of hospitality. So interestingly enough, there is, and maybe you guys have been noticing this. Actually, if you've been noticing this at your property, let us know in the comment section. But there's going to be a honeymoon boom. There arguably is already a honeymoon boom happening. I'll explain a little bit more. So the wedding industry is definitely rebounding within the United States. And you've got even jewelers are saying that it's the sale of engagement rings has quadrupled year on year. But okay, the big question is, it's like, okay, well, that's nice, but what does that have to do with the travel industry? Well, a lot of people are actually on the hunt for engagement rings now because they can sort of finally travel and they are looking to propose on vacation. And similarly, you've got a lot of people that maybe had to put off their weddings, or they're now, planning on actually getting married, and they're looking at destination weddings as well. And if you look at all those weddings that were put on hold, now they're all happening. So with all of these factors kind of going into it, we are seeing this big honeymoon boom. So really curious if you guys are seeing a lot of people doing this now. Obviously people are looking for all sorts of reasons to travel. And I think, doing something like that really makes a lot of sense. So really, really kind of interesting stats there. All right, moving on. This is kind of big news. Canada finally announced that they are going to be opening their U.S. border on August 9th. This is also the same day that their quarantine hotel program ends. Now, for those that have been paying attention, especially between the U.S.-Canada relationship, basically the border is pretty much been closed since March of 2020, and it's been extended by a month and a month and a month. I know that we have a lot of Canadians that have been watching, or people that are in Canada watching. So I'm sure that this is also a bit of exciting news. It certainly is nice to have a little bit more movement within North America, so to speak, and it's something that I think all of us have been looking forward to for quite some time. So again, that's some exciting news. Looking forward to that on August 9th. And moving on, our last little topic today, data is showing that hotel occupancy in the U.S. is continuing to improve, which is really great news. And I'm sure all of us can feel this a bit, but it's always nice to have the stats to back up what we're witnessing and seeing in person. So a new study found that hotel occupancy in the U.S. has improved week over week, and the ADRs are now kind of the highest on record during this time. According to a data analysis from STR for the week of July 4th through 10th, occupancy in U.S. hotels and resorts was 67.2%, which is interesting because that's only, and I say only, down 9.3% from 2019. So again, that's pre-pandemic levels. So again, that is showing that we are so moving in the right direction. But again, it's nice to understand that on a bigger scale. Also found that average daily rate was up about 5.4%. So up 5.4% from 2019. Again, that's kind of showing this demand in the situation that we are currently in. And then another interesting study, J.D. Power actually released their North American Guest Satisfaction Index. And this was also another really interesting study, just because, again, things are busy. A lot of guests are coming in and out. But they found that guest satisfaction is unchanged from 2020, but still 10 points higher compared to 2019, with customers reporting an increased contentment, as in they are happy with hotel staff and the value for their money. So all in all, again, things are looking really good. But that is it for today's Hospitality Minute. Oh, Rupesh, you're going to keep me on.
I
Awkward.
I was going to make that awkward moment where you're just stuck on a screen and you're like, where is he?
I could talk for hours, so it's okay.
I know. You do a great job. Sarah, where can people find you? And before we put that up, actually, let me put that up real quick. Ask a Concierge. Sarah and I and Glenn Hausman have something amazing to announce. Sarah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, we can both talk about it.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I'll drum roll.
We're all attending the AAHOA conference together. And I've never met Sarah my entire life, but she's been on the show for like a few years. And I'm like, what does that mean? Yeah. I was like, we have to get each other on. This is a perfect chance and opportunity for all of us to meet each other. Yeah. And I can't wait. I feel like you're like 30 feet tall. And I'm like 16 inches tall. So you guys live on the show or live from AAHOA at the welcome conference or the welcome reception. Mm-hmm. Sarah, Glenn Hausman, and I are broadcasting live. And what are we doing there?
Well, I mean, we're going to kind of help everybody kind of kick off the event and give you guys like a little bit of a behind the scenes of what it's like to be in a conference right now, and a very large conference at that. I think it's probably one of the largest ones that's happened in the industry. So that's just going to show you that conferences are back, and we are going to be there on the front lines of it, ready to ride that wave.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're attending the conference, please join us at the welcome reception, because we're going to be doing live interviews from the reception floor where you're going to get a chance to meet all of us and interact with all of us. And so Glenn, Sarah, and I are super excited to announce that. More information to come. You'll see some promotions or posts here in the next couple of days and the next week leading up to the conference. Super excited about that. And then I think we're hanging out the entire conference, just meeting all of you guys. So we would love for you to join us at the AAHOA conference, August 3rd through the 6th. And we're going to get more into it as we talk to Ken Greene. But Sarah, where can people find you?
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. You guys can find me everywhere on social media as Ask a Concierge, heavily on Instagram, but Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the whole nine. Or of course, you can always connect with me here at Sarah Dandashy. So
absolutely, Sarah. I can't wait to meet you. Guys, if you're interested in meeting Sarah, please hit the comment. And
I can't wait to meet you, Rupesh. Come on, it's going to be amazing.
I'm going to be like, Sarah, I'm not
that tall. Okay, fine. I am tall. Apparently, I'm tall. So
guys, just to give you a heads up, she's way taller than I am. I think I'm like 2'9" or something. No. Sarah, I can't wait. Talk to you next Wednesday. And it's our 100th episode. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'll have like dancers in the background or something, or not.
I was going to say, I'm counting on you to do that. Guys, everyone connect with Sarah Dandashy on LinkedIn and all the other social platforms she's on. Sarah, talk to you next week.
All right, talk to you then. Have fun. Bye.
All right, Sarah's amazing. All right, so our featured guest, this is episode number 99. We have the nation's largest hotel owners association, AAHOA, their brand new interim CEO and president, Mr. Ken Greene. Welcome to the show. Hey, Ken.
Hey, Rupesh, how are you?
4 coffees in, and I am excited. Energy's up.
Excellent. Well, I'm so pleased to be here. It's been, seeing that award. It just warmed my heart, brought a tear to my eye. It's been a long time, Rupesh, and I remember it was well deserved.
Hey, thank you so much. And guys, we're talking to Ken Greene. He's the brand new interim president and CEO of AAHOA. And Ken, welcome to as a member, welcome to the organization. And we're super excited to have you lead all of us and bring some positivity and some real good change and all those things that, you're known for. And guys, we're talking about the award. Ken presented this to me 17 years ago as I was running a travel lodge. I was the owner operator of a travel lodge. And, ever since then, we've just been connected, and I see all the amazing things that you've been doing through your career, more than 17 years. You've been in it for quite some time. And so I'm super excited to have you on and to have you lead AAHOA. And Ken, tell us about your background. How did you get started in hospitality?
Well, listen, I had a little different path than many people. I was with Coldwell Banker many years ago, running their strategic planning group in a company called HFS, which now is Wyndham Hotel Group. Mm-hmm. When HFS ended Wyndham, many of you probably remember that. And they were acquiring not just hotel companies, but whole industries, right? And so they acquired Coldwell Banker, and I was one of 6 people to move from Laguna Beach, California, Mission Viejo, California, out to New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey, so I knew what I was getting into. At that time, HFS was sort of flying high, and they were buying up, again, whole industries. I got in the middle of all of that at a very young level, at a low level and a young age, and I learned a heck of a lot. And ultimately, Steve Holmes asked me to be the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of the hotel group. Now that was 2001, right before 9/11, and so it was an interesting year and a learning experience. I think at the time, Rupesh, I was only 35 or 36 years old, and so it was a great entree into the business. Now I'm not your traditional CFO. I'm not an accountant. I'm more of a strategic guy. And so we rebuilt a whole strategic plan for what is now Wyndham at that point in time. And I ultimately left my CFO role to actually implement that plan on the operations side and the admin, franchise admin side. And then my first brand job was Howard Johnson in 2003. Yeah. And so, from there, I took on Travelodge. That's where we met. Days Inn, Ramada. We had about 3,700 properties, franchises amongst my 4 brands. Then I went out to Asia. Eric Danziger asked me to go out and put a flag in the ground for Wyndham Hotel Group. And I was out in Hong Kong. We had a great success. We opened 350 properties in 3 years, one every 3 days, 9 brands, wow. 15 countries. Culturally, it was incredible. I would have been out there the rest of my career. My family wanted to come back to this part of the world. Ultimately, came back and became the CEO for Delta Hotels, and had a great team of people that transformed that company. And then we sold it to Marriott, then Radisson, and now here. And so, I couldn't be more pleased to be here right now.
Well, that's exciting. That's a lot of experience, and a lot of different folks that you worked with in different brands, and you've worked with pretty much every brand out there. What have you learned through your career as far as being the leader? Because you don't just take on a leadership role without understanding how to inspire people and some of those things. So what are some leadership habits that right off the bat that we can all learn from that you live by every day?
Well, I had a great mentor who's retired. Listen, I had my parents, who my dad was a scientist, my mother was an educator, both retired now. They instilled into me, hard work, perseverance, family, the importance of family and community, the importance of education. And so I think those are all core values for any great leader. I had a retired admiral when I was 23 years old coming out of graduate school who taught me the art of war, Sun Tzu, and how to apply that to business. And it sounds like it's that's a war thing, but it really isn't. It's about how to win without ever fighting. And so I encourage people to go read that book and learn. I learned a lot from it. He told me you do 3 things in life, and your personal life and your business life, and you'll be really successful. The first is never stop learning. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use it in that same ratio, and always keep on learning. Very important. Second thing was do all the little things with as much passion. And the things that you don't want to do with as much passion as the things that you love to do, because those little things that you don't maybe have that passion for, or you don't want to do, or other people don't want to do, those open up windows of opportunities if you do them with passion. And I can count, 6 to 10, events throughout my career where that played out really well. And the third is never forget your roots. Never forget how, where you came from. Never forget how you got there and the people that helped you along the way. And if you ever get into that type of position, remember that and give back, and just like those that helped you along the way. And so I think that's big picture. For me, leadership is about listening. I'm fond of saying all the issues are out in the field, all the answers are too. I think great leaders are close to their customers. They're close to the consumer. They're listening constantly on how we can do things better, or how we maybe don't do things so well. I'm big on culture, right? And creating the right cultural atmosphere, both within a network, in this case for AAHOA, our membership, but also with the team of employees. And I think what you want are people that like what they're doing, they're passionate about what they're doing, that they're customer centric, they're responsive, that they work cross functionally across the board. They bring diversity of thought to the table, and most importantly, that when we make decisions, that they execute those with speed, with accuracy, but most importantly, Rupesh, with integrity. And I think if you have those things, and then you give people the responsibility and the authority to get things done, and then you hold them accountable, and then you reward for their performance. Those are dynamic organizations to be part of, that inspires growth. Those can be really special environments. And I've been part of a few, and I've led a few as well. That's really what that gets me going. When you can get somebody to accomplish something they never thought they could accomplish, it's a wonderful thing, and it permeates through an organization.
Absolutely. I love it. These are all amazing habits that any leader, anybody can pick up. It's just implementing them. It's really writing them down, I feel like is a big part of, if you want to reach a goal, like write them down, right? And that's part of all of these different things that you talked about. Now, one question I have personally is, how did you become this top leader in all these different brands? Did you ask for it, or did it just come to you? And I feel like there's going to be this aha moment for a lot of folks where, it's not just like given to you, but like you worked it, and what happened? How did you get these roles?
Oh, listen, I was taught a long time ago, Rupesh, I think you said it right. Write down on a piece of paper all those boxes that you need to check off, whether you need to check off on experience, the things that are going to make you successful where you want to go, and check those things off. It's either an education piece, it might be a perception piece where you need to have better communication with people, and just keep on checking those boxes, and good things will happen. So many people just expect things to be given to them, and you have to work hard for it. You have to have a plan. And it's not always easy, and it's not always a straight path. And sometimes you take, one step forward and two steps back, and you go sideways. But every step of the way, you're learning. And as I'm fond of saying, failure is great. Just don't fail at the same thing twice. But keep on trying different things. That's innovation and creativity. And I think if you do that in a thoughtful way, good things happen. So for me, I went to, at the time, Steve Rudnitsky, and said, listen, I would love to run a brand. That's where I see my passion. And that's how, and again, I sort of outlined why I thought I was capable of doing that. Now, and I took on Howard Johnson. Now, that was 2003. And the first week I was on that job, Rupesh, was my first AAHOA conference in Long Beach, California. And I've told this story many times, but it's really true, and it's part of my foundation. So when you talk about great leaders, the number one thing great leaders do is build relationships, and they build relationships based on trust and integrity, and you do you deliver what you say you're going to do. And I believe throughout my career, that's exactly what I tried to do. And I think I don't think there has to be losers at the table ever. I think, people can always win across the table if you're willing to invest the time and the effort and the discussion to get there. So here I am at Long Beach, California. I think at the time I think I'm 37, 38 years old, 38 probably. Thought I knew it all, really didn't know anything, didn't know what I didn't know. And a bunch of AAHOA members took me under their wing. They told me, hey, listen, if you want to be a little different than some of your peers, maybe you should approach things a little differently. They not only whispered in my ear, they talked loudly in my ear about things that that maybe a brand leader should do. And they were extremely helpful to me, not just at that moment, but they introduced me to thousands of people. But we continue to build a relationship where it was a two-way discussion always. And I'm very grateful if it wasn't for that event, Rupesh, I probably would not be sitting here right now. I would not have had the success I've had in my career. And so those folks are dear friends of mine to this day. I'm looking very much forward to seeing them at AAHOA in Dallas. That's and that is when I say hard work, you think about the things that I talked about in leadership. Well, that is AAHOA, right? I mean, you go back 20 years. I mean, I remember going back 20 years ago, some of our members, they were sweeping the floor, the parking lot of their uncle's hotel. And now they got 30, 40 hotels. It's incredible, the hard work, the perseverance, right, that I talked about, the sense of community that has been built. The brands were built on the backs of owners that bought into a vision where owners put in their hard-earned capital. And they had a voice at the table with the brands on how, and they both won, right? And so I think that's when I look at AAHOA, one of the things I want to make sure that I respect and we never lose is the legacy of the 3 to 4 decades that AAHOA represents, and guys like HP Rama and Ravi Patel, who. I mean, back in the beginning days, when our members were being discriminated against, and they were a voice, and they worked with the brands on how to improve things moving forward, and it was a win-win. I never want to forget that legacy, and I want to make sure that we never lose it. Now we've got with Biren Patel as the chairman, and Vinay Patel coming in as the new chairman after AAHOA in August. We got great leaders on our board that respect all of that, and I'm really looking forward to I've enjoyed working with Biren up to this point, and can't wait to work with Vinay in the future. So,
yeah, Biren and Vinay are both amazing leaders in our organization and in the industry. So, shout out to them. All right, so you have all this experience. You're a month and 14 days into being the interim CEO and president of AAHOA. And now you have, in 3 weeks or in a couple weeks, you have the AAHOA conference, which is the first major conference citywide in Dallas, which is super exciting. I'm going to be there. Sarah's going to be there. You're going to be there. What's coming up? What should we expect? Why are you so excited about AAHOA 21?
Well, listen, I mean, we're in the hospitality and travel business, and so the U.S. is starting to reopen up in a big way. We want to lead the way and be the right example for that. And so, I mean, what's exciting is we got, right now we have 5,300 attendees. We'll be well over 5,500, trending towards 6,000 by the time we get to conference. 780 vendors. 8 football fields of a trade show, first big event in Dallas since the pandemic. The city of Dallas has been fabulous to work with and very supportive. So there's a lot of enthusiasm, just not within the AAHOA community, but within the Dallas community about AAHOA holding their conference. And so for everybody just to reconnect and for me to be able to reconnect. It's really, it's incredible. Now we're We're going to be, we just did a big study, and we're going to be announcing the results of that study. And it's really going to be, I think it's groundbreaking in terms of what the power of AAHOA really means, and how influential AAHOA is in the industry, and how we can start to communicate to all stakeholders about the power of AAHOA, because I think we're going to surprise some people with some numbers and figures.
Yeah, and I'm excited. This year, you've changed the way education is happening within the conference. It's panels, and it's not just one person talking. I love that you're doing that, where you're bringing on multiple experts in a certain space in the industry. I love that. So I'm excited about getting into the breakout sessions and hearing these amazing folks that are doing great things for the industry and kind of helping them continue to, grow. And I love that we're letting the industry know that events are back. And I think that was a big thing for Akshar, saying, hey, listen, it's our job to let the industry know, because once events come back, guess what? Our hotels that are in business corridors or that downtown, or they all start filling up. And I think that's going to be the case where we share the great news about AAHOA 21 to the entire industry, not just members of AAHOA, but just the entire industry, as far as events, travel, hotels, hospitality, all of those things, to kind of bring back our business. And right now there's a lot of hot topics that are happening just within AAHOA. Share some of the topics that you guys are working on right now as we move forward, as we maybe get through the convention and closer to the end of the year.
Yeah, well, we have four key strategic pillars for AAHOA, right? Advocacy on things that are important with legislators, on things that are important for our hotel owners. Working with the brands on behalf of our members to make sure that we're always adding value. The brands are always adding value to our owners, and being sort of a communication tree between the brands and our members. The third is education, which you've mentioned, and the third is really talent development throughout. And so on the advocacy front, really lots going on, tons, right? And of course, with so much has changed with COVID, and there's so many important issues out there. 1031 like-kind exchange is a big issue for us. The Biden administration wants to get rid of that or limit it. And we've been leading the way, actually, AAHOA has, in making sure that doesn't get eliminated and it stays as is. And that's really important. Vinay, our vice chairman, wrote an op-ed not too long ago about how his business and his family grew the business through that 1031 like-kind exchange, trading one smaller property up to a bigger one without any capital gains tax. Big issue, and one that we're very focused on. Per diem rates. The GSA can base, every year they can adjust per diem rates down based on the average ADR, and we all know that the average ADR was in the tank during COVID. So we're advocating, and we've had a lot of conversations with the White House. It's been 44 days for me since I've been on the job. I think I've had 3 calls with the White House on different issues, which is they're responsive and they're listening. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we freeze, they freeze per diem rates at pre-pandemic levels. And I think people are starting to hear that and listen to that. The Save Hotels Job Act, big deal for properties that have been closed for 3 months to get some investment back in their business, to bring people back so they can bring people back to work. Big deal for us as well. Extended UI benefits, how that's impacting labor, right? And making sure that the right decisions are made in that area. And that's, those are the big issues, some of the big issues that we're dealing with. Now, we have a virtual action summit that's going on today and tomorrow, where our members are on the phone virtually with legislators from across the country, and having these conversations about these issues and others directly to their congressmen. And I think it's really important. Listen, we all have a voice, and we need to use it. And we're so much stronger when we do it collectively and together, not just as a membership, but as an industry. And this is a great example of that.
Yeah, and we talked about, if you want to become a leader, you have to ask for it. You have to go out there and fight that fear of asking for it. Same thing. You can be involved in some of these advocacy things that we're talking about, and step up and be that leader in your community, be that leader in your state, be that leader nationwide, and that could happen. I mean, all the folks that are board members, or even yourself, like, you went out and reached out and took steps to make things happen. And I think that's very powerful when we're talking about any owners, operators, general managers. You don't have to be Asian American to be a part of AAHOA. And I think that a lot of people get confused with that. Like, well, I'm not Asian American, so I can't be a part of this organization. That is not true. Can you please explain that to folks?
We take all owners. Listen, I mean, AAHOA was founded, initially, to represent, the Asian American hotel owners that were being discriminated against. But listen, we take all owners, and we'd love to have more people join AAHOA. The numbers, we quote today, it's 1 out of 2 hotels are owned by AAHOA members. You'll see new numbers at conference. I won't steal the thunder of our conference on the new numbers, but it's significant. And so we'd love to have more voices. Listen, it's really easy, and not just on the political advocacy front, but on anything when it's dealing with the brands, for employees, to point out the things that aren't right. It's really easy to identify what's not going on so well. It's really easy to identify the things that could be done better. It's a heck of a lot harder to speak up and make sure that you're in a very proactive and professional way, that you're advocating for those things and being a participant in the solution. So, pointing out issues is one thing, but being a participant in how they get solved is really, I think that's the essence and the power of AAHOA. And that's, I think that's just in any organization, anything that you do, that should be part of the DNA, the part of the culture of how you build success.
Yeah, and be passionate about it. And I love that the organization is doing that with a lot of great members, great leadership. And I'm so happy that you're joining. You've joined the team now, and you're going to bring some great changes to some advocacy to our organization. Now, I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm super excited about that. Let's just quickly explain what's happening during the convention. I mean, there's a welcome reception that I'm going to be attending along with you. What else is happening through the convention that you're excited about?
Well, listen, we have a slew of guest speakers that are going to be there, and some announced, some not announced yet, and so stay tuned on that. And I think that's really impressive. And Rupesh, I think you really nailed it in terms of the education sessions being much more interactive, and instead of just talking heads, having people that really have stories to share. Listen, the great thing about AAHOA, and again, any association or network, is the power of the community and the experiences people have had, and sharing those experiences. Everybody thinks when you're running a hotel, you think, geez, you're in it all by yourself. And, this is hard. And, today we were talking earlier before we got on, Rupesh. I mean, there's owners out there that haven't worked a front desk in 10 years, and all of a sudden they're having to do that or clean rooms. And it's hard, but you're not alone. And so any issue that you're experiencing have probably been experienced by others. And so instead of having to recreate the solution, being able to share solutions throughout the AAHOA, I think is really important. I think that's the one of the great values of AAHOA. The events are going to be fabulous. We have great sponsors for the events. The opening reception, we've got a huge sponsor for that, and so stay tuned. We're very pleased, and so with that. But every aspect of the event, and you can imagine, 9 months ago, we weren't, nobody knew whether we could do this or not, right? So all the planning has been done in such a tight time frame. And so this is a shout out to the AAHOA team and the board that has worked so hard to make sure that this event goes off smoothly and that it's valuable. It is the epitome of teamwork, and I couldn't be more proud to be associated with this group of people.
Absolutely, and I'm excited about it because there's so many fun things that are happening, including the huge block party. Imagine this: you have all the vendors.
This is live.
You have all the leadership at AAHOA. You have vendors. You have all the attendees. It's going to be over 6,000 folks, way more than that, and in a block in Dallas. And having a great time at different venues, walking around, eating, drinking, having a great time, networking, which we talked about earlier today. I've met so many amazing people just at conferences alone, and I'm so excited that this is happening.
Well, and 780 vendors. I mean, think about that, and the opportunity you have as an owner to really accomplish a lot in a short period of time, and so. It's going to be fabulous.
I'm excited. So here's the thing that I'm involved in, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be there the entire week. So we're doing the welcome reception. I have a live show. This show is going to be live from the AAHOA conference in Glenn Hausman's booth. Super excited about that we're partnering up with him. And then I'm doing the pitch. You guys have a tech pitch competition where we bring on amazing cool things that are helping drive ROI to our hotels right now. Super excited about that. So join that too, where we get to learn all the new technologies happening. And this is AAHOA's first ever pitch competition for technology. So I'm excited about that.
Well, and we got some great entrants. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think actually, there's probably multiple winners in that group, no matter what, no matter who wins. But there are some great ideas being put forward in that session. So I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
It's going to be a win-win. I can't wait. If you guys are interested in even thinking about coming, hit the like button. Guys, if you've enjoyed this episode with the leadership, the mindset, all of those different things that Ken Greene has shared, please hit the like button. Let them know that you enjoyed this session. And by the way, I'm giving away $500 live from my show at the AAHOA conference, sponsored by UTIP. Super excited to work with them again. We gave $1,000 away about a month ago. We're giving away $500 live on the show, plus some bonuses. And we're talking about what's the most memorable tip experience you've had working at a hotel. And can you explain, or do you have a memorable tip experience where you've either given a tip or you've received a tip, and which is like still in your memory?
Yeah. Oh, well, you mean like a physical tip to someone?
Like
No, listen, I can't remember who it was, but you used to always say, surprise and delight, and so. I think you should always surprise and delight those that give you exceptional service. You earn tips, right? I think that's part of it. And so, I'll leave a $20 bill when I see. I may never even see the housekeeper, but when you can see that they've done certain little touches in the room, you just know that they really care, and so. So I'll leave a 20 and surprise with a little note for me, handwritten, thanking them. I have to tell you before we close on that, because I'm really passionate about this. I mean, housekeepers can tell you exactly what's going on in the hotel, and those that have been there for a long, long time. And that was one of the great things in being the roles that I've been in is I've been able to travel a lot of hotels, a lot. And you look at when you look at a housekeeper's eyes that have been there for 35 or 40 years, and just see the pride that they have, the tear in their eye when they meet you, then you really understand the spirit of this business and the backbone of this business, and how it continues to not only to survive but to succeed. And that is, we're a people business. reward, surprise and delight.
I love that. Well, we're giving away $500 live from the AAHOA conference. Super excited about that. And the best thing I wrote down today, I actually wrote down a lot of things, is we all have a story. We all have this story of our journey. And I feel like a lot of not almost every AAHOA member and folks listening has a story. And so I can't wait to hear stories at the convention. I can't wait to connect with you again and face to face. Can't wait for the conference. It's August 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Please join us. Let me see if I can pull it up. And where can people register? I think it's right here. Boom.
Excellent. Please come. And Rupesh, bring the award. We'll take another picture.
Yeah, I will.
We'll do the three in the post, right?
I'll see if I can try to fit it in my carry-on and bring it. Ken Greene, it's a pleasure having you. I can't wait to meet you in person finally after a long time, and super excited about your leadership with AAHOA. Any last words? Where can people connect with you?
No, listen, Ken at AAHOA.com, and I'm on LinkedIn. That's my primary place to be, and my team does a pretty good job of making sure people know where I'm at. And Rupesh, I have to tell you, I really thank you for what you've been doing, particularly through the pandemic, just leading the way and keeping people connected. And you should feel really very proud about how you represent the industry, because we all are in the industry, and we thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I feel like in business, we're here not just for the pay or whatever it is, but you also want to be proud of what you're doing, and you want to feel good that you've made a difference. And I think that's what I'm passionate about. And I see that passion in you too. So I'm super excited to connect with you again. Ken Greene, always a pleasure. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. And thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you in Dallas.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. That was amazing, guys. Hit the like button if you loved the conversation. I did. Wrote down a bunch of notes. Can't wait to share these with our team. And guys, remember, we're giving away $500 courtesy of UTIP. Go to utip.money. Can't wait to give $500 away live from the conference floor at AAHOA. Please join me. I would love to see you there. Go to AAHOA.com / let me see if I pull it up again, / convention, and you'll be able to connect with me, Sarah, Glenn, all of us, and 6,000 plus people. Super excited, guys. Next week is my 100th episode. We've been doing this for 100 weeks in a row. I am giving away some amazing prizes. And by the way, I'm announcing it today. Next week's guest is the founding CEO of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, Mr. Horst Schulze. Can't wait to talk to him about how he built the Ritz-Carlton and the ladies and gentlemen culture at the Ritz-Carlton. Super excited. Join us next Wednesday, July 28th for my 100th episode. Giving away some prizes. Super excited about that. And then live from the conference, August 4th. And August 11th, I have the CEO of Stuckey's. Remember Stuckey's, the gas station that you would be driving your family around? Well, the CEO of Stuckey's now is Stephanie Stuckey, and she's going to be live. And then, I have some amazing people on in the future. I have some CEOs of major corporations. Plus, looking forward to some innovation labs as we get into tech, as high tech comes up. So, guys, we have amazing content here in the next couple of weeks. Super excited. Celebrate my 100th episode next week. Guys, if you love this episode, I will see you next Wednesday live right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Guys, until then, please take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you next week. Bye.